What are the fundamentals which has not changed in the past for you, not changing now, will not change in the future, and you strongly believe in?
In the fashion world, fit, finish, and fabric, that's not going to change. This has been there. So no matter what you do, you may offer a cutting edge trends, you may as a brand and variations. But at the end of it, how is the fit, finish, and feel of the fabric? That's not going to change ever.
So I also, along with this, I also believe that the focus on consumer experience improvement, like the North Star metric that usually people tell, that is something which will remain even over the next few years. How do you keep on improving, or how do you keep on building on that? That is something which is permanent, like that element, because ultimately the way retail, the store staff talks to the consumer, that will remain. How you elevate that experience will probably change, but the interaction of store staff with the consumer and the entire consumer experience is something which is permanent, right? Which will always be a focus.
Um, what has not changed and what will not change for me is that euphoria of buying a new product, that feeling of looking good and feeling happy and euphoric about buying something that really you love. I think that as a process, or that as a part, will never change.
Coming from a product background, I think one thing which will never ever change is, from a customer's perspective, is the price value equation. The quality of product which is being offered to the customer at a particular price. That expectation will always be high quality product at an affordable price for the large part of customer segment.
I think consumer psychology and personalization has been there, even though the levels have gone up or down. But consumer psychology at the very core remains the same. Like you said, freebies, right? So when you do sales, keeping that in mind, that at any point in time, however expensive or cheap the product is, playing with that mindset and understanding how to, let's say, delicately sell off and be able to upsell. So I think that psychology is pretty amazing. For an example, you can sell a product at 50% off. You can also sell the same product at buy one, get one. It's purely playing with customer psychology. At the end of the day, the selling price is the same, just the way that you communicate. So I think that's going to stay for sure. And product quality has already been mentioned. And personalization, definitely, yet again, why we feel that humans can't be replaced in offline stores is because of the personalization that people feel over there, right? Another reason why Myntra has been doing well, because they've always focused on machine learning, personalization, etc. So I think that's also going to stay, just the levels are supposed to and should be going up and up.
Wonderful. I think, if at all you are taking anything from this, is not the AI bit of it, all this conversation. Because this will not change, because this is a timeless value. Next year we sit here, they will say the same thing, right? So if you can hinge on these areas and say, how can I use AI, for example, to deliver more value, which will always remain? How can I use AI for customer experience, like Ishin said? How can I use AI for ensuring that I have the right fabric cut and all of that? And we talked about newness. In this business, if you don't have newness and freshness, and that whole feeling of looking good is not going to come in. And plus, use the consumer psychology all the time and understand and ensure that you use that in personalization way. That leads me to talk about this, right? I was in Surat last week talking to an entrepreneur, and he said something which was I would say common sense, but was shocking, which is to say, Ganesh, we use a lot of trend reports. How many of you have used trend forecast reports here in your business in some form, heard about it, right? Now he said, one of the large, most commonly used trend forecasting company gave us a report in 2022. We saw purple is in high demand, in the sense purple is in trend. We made purple, did not work. In 23, we still made purple, did not work. In right now, I'm seeing purple coming up. Now, I think it's important for us to understand this. And this is a this is a seller who is actually making Indian wear garments, saris, kurtas, and all of that. Now, these long range forecasts, without that personalization and for your context, it's of no use. For the old way of forecast to say the world will love purple, will it work? this entrepreneur lost a lot of money with that forecast. Not money, everything. Which means what? For him, purple has not. I'm sure if I ask for some brands, maybe purple worked. Can you pull off a trend is very contextual for your brand, for your TG. For hence, I think the world is moving into always on dynamic way of understanding customers. Do not take big bets on static reports. Right? The world is changing. I just wanted to give you that context.